Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I have two special guests, and this is going to be totally different than what I'm normally used to doing because normally I'm positioned as kind of the leader and I have the ideas and the concepts and the game plan. Whereas today I'm going to be coming from just curiosity and wonder and how, because there's a business model out there that of all the real estate business models, this is one that if I had jealousy, would be one that I would be a little jealous of that other agents have that I don't. And it's the fact that you can get a ton of free business from Facebook if you own a Facebook business group or just a Facebook group, and in particular, a Facebook group for your community, like the farm area that you live, work, and play. And I have two agents that are on the call today. One who has a Facebook group that is established and rocking and producing a good amount of referral leads. And then the other one is just brand new and just started it during the whole COVID lockdown, but is growing really fast. So I have Nicole Bafaro and Jennifer Babster. Hopefully I pronounced both of those right. And so Jennifer and Nicole, can you guys just say hi? And I guess
Hey.
Jennifer, Jennifer and Nicole, what gave you guys the idea to start this whole Facebook group thing?
I can go first. Actually, it was you. We
Really?
were
I
talking
gave you
about,
the
yeah,
idea?
no, in a roundabout way. So we were talking about how to interject personality into your business, and then the traditional forms of advertising. I think my comment to you was, well, unless I stick a clown nose on my bench signs, that's not really easy to articulate. So then it ended up, I was really involved with the kids' school. So it started off slowly like a mom's group from the school. And then they added their friends and they added their friends. And it just kind of took off from there.
How many people are in the group right now, roughly?
12,600.
Okay, wow, that's accurate. Cool. Wow, that's a big number as well. Holy crap. And then you don't just say the number of deals, but like maybe percentage wise or whatever you're comfortable.
Last
What do you,
3 years, probably 70%.
yeah, that's incredible. And like not a lot of cost. It's more of like a time commitment and
Mm-hmm.
maybe a little bit of cost, but more of a time thing. And you're really giving back to the community. It's like a lot of warm leads and they're all within a very small radius. So you're not driving 2 hours. It's like
10 minutes from my house.
10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes from your house.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then, okay, so Jennifer, what made you want to start it?
When COVID started, I did a lot of different Zooms. A lot of, like you, were doing free intros just to kill some time. And I stole some information from you, from another person, and then I kind of just figured I like the whole fact that you say, interview different businesses, but I don't like being on video. So I did it a little bit different where I tried to have, there's a few of my friends that were struggling with their businesses, and one was supposed to have a grand opening and it flopped literally the week that everything got shut down. So they were freaking out. And I was starting to help them, trying to think, sell out your product, do this, do that, trying to calm them and trying to help them. And then I was kind of listening to your Zooms and picking people's brains. I started a group for them in specific, trying to promote their business. And then I started getting some good feedback and they started getting some business. And then other businesses started asking. And then it's just something that kind of clicked and it's grew dramatically. We have almost, I'm going to say, about at least 70 businesses in there that are all local. And that was just from April. I started the group. So
there's 70 businesses, but there's other members that are like community people as well, or is it just a group of 70?
We have almost 2,000 members already. And it's
wow.
all organically. So I'm not paying any ads or anything like that. It's just word of mouth and it's growing that way. So it's not as quick as some of the other groups, but it's slowly getting there.
No, 2,000 in 1 month roughly, because you really just started. That's a lot. That's fast for sure. That's faster than most people will experience. I'll tell you that.
And it's a lot of direct communication with all the members for now. With 12,000 members, I think that's almost almost impossible unless we're specifically going to you. Because I don't think I could keep up with 12,000 members. It'd probably shift to a different kind of page after. But now I'm having a lot of interaction between the members, so I have to do less interactions. So it's kind of cool. There's another lady that started one in Brantford, but strictly food. So yes, that's pumping up, but all these other local businesses, like hair salons and stuff like that, are still providing like pedicure kits and stuff that are dropped off to your door and stuff. So like mine's a little bit different. It's all local businesses. But I'm not the type of person to go online and meet people and say, hey, how you doing? I'm a real estate agent. That's just not my thing.
Man, that gives me an idea. So throughout this is how I predicted this to go today, where mostly Nicole would be talking because she's got a longer term. You're just starting. And then so I kind of predict we're going to talk to Nicole a lot. And then I thought I'm just going to be like pumping ideas as we go. So I have an idea about you with like, that's so cool that the salon has this little manicure kit that they have. What if you started like you go and get that kit and then you just do a little Facebook story, Instagram story, like a quick little short.
Exactly.
And you could use it, leverage it for social media as well as like a community plug.
So that's how it blew up. So the one friend was supposed to open her brand new nail salon. She expanded. So she has a bigger commercial space and she couldn't open. So I asked people in my group, does anybody know where I can get a pedicure kit? And nobody, even the people that own spas and stuff, stepped up. And about a week later, she inboxed me. She's like, you know what? I'll make you one. I'm like, okay, great. So she made me one, dropped it off at my front door. I took a picture of it, took a picture of my feet after, and she's probably sold about 300-400 kits in less than 2 weeks.
That's crazy. And anybody who's listening is like, well, I'm not interested in manicures and pedicures. You can create a Facebook group based on any niche that you have. Like David Putty's in here and he could have a Facebook group on snooker tips because he does pool and snooker shooting. And then maybe myself, I could have one on real estate agent recruiting. However, that wouldn't be much of a community because they don't really like each other, the managers, because they're kind of competing with one another. But as a real estate agent, you could do a community group for like commercial real estate just in your city and everybody shares all the exclusive. Like there's so many different types of groups that we can lean on. So as we're talking with Nicole and Jennifer, I want you to think about how can you twist the ideas and make it your own story. Not to just try and carbon copy what they're up to, but just to apply it and make it your own and have fun with it, with whatever your flavor is.
That's what's so important. So when you have to come from a place of genuine interest in what you're promoting. Like you see a lot of the groups that don't take off, it's because the agent has the idea that they just want to generate business.
Oh,
and everybody sees through that.
That's one of my questions I had written down to ask was, how do you balance being a secret agent and like not being spammy or overwhelming versus at least letting them know who you are and what you do? Like what's your balance on that?
So for me specifically, we did, we always layered it. So when the group first started, we would send out like calendar magnets to our local area. So they already sort of had the face. We sponsor a lot of sports teams already. Okay. But what I found was I had a group of people that were very helpful. Like they wanted to be involved in community. So we've got this one lady in our group that actually we furnish and outfit youth coming out of homeless shelters. Oh. So when they turn 18, they get their apartment, we actually all come together and we donate furniture to them. So that was huge. Everybody wants to help. It's giving them the ability to help other people, I find, with this particular neighborhood that seemed to make it grow. You know what we do at Christmas time with the Santa for seniors. I mean, the first year we adopted 70 seniors. Last Christmas was 1,600.
So to unpack that, because others, they don't understand what that means.
Santa for seniors, everybody has them in their community, you may not even know that they're there. So it's an organization that at Christmas time, they have seniors that are either in low income living on their own in the community or they're in lower income nursing homes. And they go to them and they ask them for their specific Christmas list. And it's usually about $30, $35. So it'll say like Ruby wants slippers, toothpaste, toothbrush, pillow. It's pretty basic.
Yeah. So
what we found, we put it out to the group and we said, hey, listen, who wants to donate? Who wants to adopt a senior this Christmas? The first year it kind of was very last minute, with 70 people. last year was 1,600. So we actually had 1,600 people shopping for seniors. And then they bring the gift to our office, we package it, and we get it out to the organizations. But everybody loves it because they just want to help. They just don't know how. So we make it easy for them.
Do you ever get free press in the local paper?
Yeah. Snap is our local paper.
Yeah.
And we see it a lot. Like everybody knows sort of what we do.
Right.
But I find it's not, I don't talk about myself as a realtor, really. We have business day, like, so you can designate a business day, which we do Tuesdays. Okay.
Oh, it's kind of like a spam Tuesday where people can self-promote themselves within the group?
Well, yeah, because so many of the groups are so spammy, and it's like, if you get to a certain threshold, like if you get up to 5,000, 6,000 people, you really just have to sort of compartmentalize things. So business day is Tuesday.
Oh man,
support local business.
You got to like police people, and that becomes a nightmare of like just like people yelling at each other because they are so opinionated behind a keyboard about something stupid.
Oh yeah, when you're on my group, so you've seen it it's great and people are really helpful. You find that there's those few that are just jerks because that's humans, and you block them from the group.
And so you don't do it all on your own. You have a team, like there's got to be people that are admins or ambassadors or like somehow have a little bit of access and control.
We have 4 admins now.
Wow, that's not as many. I thought you'd have more with the number. That's crazy. Yeah. And Jennifer, you're just doing it on your own at the moment, or do you have anybody that you're going to be adding?
I have one girl helping me track because I started that contest, but I was only planning to have like a dozen businesses. And now, so I have one girl, if I'm overwhelmed that day, she'll actually write down and track everything for me. So when I get home at night, I just input it in the spreadsheets that another business owner made for me because I'm not good at Excel. So he made all the digital spreadsheets for me. I have one girl that does all the print for everything for free for Minuteman. And then I got another girl and Dawn that helped me with the approvals for the group, and as well as monitor spam, and if something gets flagged, Dawn will get it right away. So one of us will, what I try to do is before I take the whole thing down, I will there's a section where you can actually private message that person. Because sometimes it's just, they think it's okay to be honest, right? But then I just explain why I took their post down and tried to give them like the soft blow that I'm taking it down. And this is why I'm taking it down, because that's not the point of my group. 4 times since I've started. So it's not huge. But I also do a blare out that day saying, we don't accept that. Please don't do that. This is a positive group. So people kind of know something happened that day when I keep doing that remind, but it's just new people that come in that don't know. They're old people.
To keep it brand.
Sorry.
Oh, no, actually you do. I'll interrupt after. Go with you.
So I guess so for Jennifer as well, do you have rules, like when they ask to join the group, do you have rules that they have to acknowledge? So then it's pretty easy that way. It's just like you broke the rules. So
yeah. It's just 2 of the people that I had to take down were friends.
Oh yeah.
So if it's strangers, I'm like, hey, that's the rules. But then for my friends, I'm like, I don't want to offend you, but come on. And just do like, I have to do this. And if you reach out to the business owners, because this is a hard time, none of us are perfect. If we make mistakes, we're business owners. So we'll go out of our way to make sure we can fix that mistake. So I'm sure if you communicate with them private message, they'll take care of it for you. And you know what? Those businesses, I don't even say anything to them. They'll actually reach out to me saying, oh, so-and-so reached out to me and you told them to reach out. Thank you. We fixed everything up. And so it's...
So I'm assuming your complaint was somebody had bad service or whatever, and they decided to go on Facebook instead of, we just tell them to go deal with the business directly. It's not a place to rant about business. I think for people that are interested in starting a group right now, it's actually probably the most ideal time, because there's businesses in your local area that they may be open partially. Like you'll have people say like, where can I get flowers? Where can I get this? Where can I get this? So we've been literally having a thread of what's open, how are they open, how can you contact them? We actually have a sister group that started off that's letting you know which restaurants are offering curbside pickup and delivery. And that group has actually reached 8,000 members in 3 weeks.
Wow.
And
what?
We've had
crazy.
Yeah, well, this is how it happens, right? Because so many people, like ours is South Ajax Neighbors.
Yeah.
So we call it sand. Like it's almost like it's a verb now. You've been sand. So like if a new restaurant opens, it's been not unrealistic for them to be bought out of food in the first 2 days. When they hear about it, everybody wants to go. But we've heard from restaurant owners that if it wasn't for that group, they wouldn't be in business.
Oh my God. I didn't know that. I knew you made an impact because I knew about a couple of the stories and the ways you guys gave back to the community, but holy crap, that's like real impact. That's like life-changing for certain
Oh,
individuals.
there's been a few. Like I would say to most agents, like we're not in it. Most agents are in it because we're helpers and we're givers and we want to help people. And this story about the dog.
No, I like it. My cat's going to interrupt in about 10 minutes, so don't worry.
Yeah. So it's a good way of interacting with people on a one-to-one level as well. Like, my stuff's very jokey. You can't be over moderating and you can't be sort of like, this is my group and I'm going to tell you what to do, but you need to give a venue where people are able to discuss things in a respectful, mature manner.
How do you deal with the other agents that pop in and they're like taking over? Have you experienced that? Oh, okay.
There's been one or two, and it's almost like, I think what you find is you generate such a goodwill between yourself and the members that somebody will pop in and be sort of spammy, and you find it's usually people that just join and haven't taken a moment to sort of look at the flavor of the group, and then they'll post like a listing, and it's usually not on business day, and you'll have members say, yeah, it's not business day, remove this, you shouldn't be posting, blah, blah, blah. Like, you almost have people have your back on the group once you've established that rapport. I don't ban other agents.
Yes,
Sorry.
please.
Nicole, what is the name of your group? And Jennifer, same question to you.
Mine is South Ajax Neighbors.
South Ajax Neighbors.
Yeah. So you can search it in Facebook, South Ajax Neighbors, Neighbors by the Lake.
So she's in Ajax, Ontario, and then Jennifer is in Brantford, Ontario?
Yeah. Mine's going to be changed because mine's way too long. It's Brantford COVID-19 local business delivery. It's very long. So we're doing a contest for a new name. So the community's going to rename the group. So when COVID's over, it's just not a novel.
Yeah.
And easier to find.
Brantford Business would be a good start. Maybe even just that, Brantford Business, but it could be Brantford Business and then something else. But it has a good flow with the BB, Brantford Business. Yeah. Cool.
Like for the agents that are interested in joining, like starting a group, like it's almost like I think a lot of agents don't know sort of how to get it started.
How did you get it started?
I think
you started with the parents thing.
Parents from school, because I wanted to know like what park they were at. But then they added their friends, And then it was sort of like, I never posted about real estate. I think that's the key, is you don't go on there, I'm a realtor. Nobody cares that you're a realtor.
Yeah.
You really have to come from, like, if you'd be, it was Roots, that one day, 40% off customer appreciation. Take a snap, send it out. Hey guys, Roots is doing this. Or you go into a local business and you'd see something pretty interesting that was sort of a blowout, post that. They like historical photos. Like if you can pull historical photos from your neighborhood, people love that.
Ooh,
of your area.
Here's a tip. All realtors, go to your local library, and they definitely, well, I don't know if they definitely, but mine did in Oshawa. They had a whole archive of all of the old photos of Oshawa as like the streets were being built from dirt to nothing. And so what I did was I just went and took a bunch of photos of them, and then I used them for future Throwback Thursdays. And just like a real estate related.
You can actually find those on ontarioarchives.ca.
Oh, cool.
There's an Ontario archival site that you can search by area, and they've probably got the exact same photos that you would find in your library because the libraries are closed, that you can download and pull from there. But yeah, anything like local history, local events. We do a spotlight on business. So I do a business day on Tuesdays where businesses are allowed to post whatever they want. So it's like a spam day. But then I'll do a Thursday spotlight on business, and I'll go and interview a business. Why did you start? What are your goals?
Do you video those interviews? Is it a video based?
No, Danny, because I look like a pirate on video.
You don't, first of all. And so anybody who does feel comfortable with video, interviewing local businesses is one of the easiest ways to get duplicate content that you can rinse and repeat and reuse. And also, because you're interviewing somebody else, when you tag them on Facebook, you then grow through their network and their sphere of influence. So interviews are an awesome, I mean, I know so many people, so a lot of podcasts are built that way, where the host doesn't even have a unique talent. They just interview people that do.
I think the thing with video would be how you do it, where it's not just like, I hate watching Billy and Sally having an interview together. I get bored. So you need to keep their attention like you're watching TV. So you have like maybe, you know, a side shot of their business, for example, and then you have like the voiceovers, and then you can have like their menu. Like, you have to keep it going, because I know that a couple of the agents in my office did videos, and I was like, well, this is a really long video and I don't want to watch it. But there's nothing, it's just they're at home and they're there, and if it's short, like 30 minutes, 30 seconds to a minute, great. But when they're rambling for 5 minutes, you're swiping it off your screen.
I am going to try something totally new that you guys are going to see, and it's either going to be game changing and people are going to be like, oh my God, that's so awesome, or it's going to fail completely. But my thought is this: on Instagram, you can do a carousel post where it has like 2 to 10 images, and you can swipe between them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do a video for each one. So it's 10 short videos, like ultra short videos, and overlaid on each video is going to be a graphic or an image that's kind of like the caption or the call to action or the main point of that one little clip. And then as people slide, I'm going to probably try that out next week or something. I think it's going to work out really good. But anyways, that's just an idea on using video that a lot of people don't know. You don't have to make a long-winded video. You could make 4 mini clips and just upload them all together. Yeah, what's with the sign behind you, Nicole?
Oh, okay. So with this COVID thing and all the cancellations, I put a post up and I said, hey, I'm thinking of getting these printed, and it says a 2020 graduate lives here, because they can't have their grad. It's got my designer stuff. She's awesome. And then my stuff. So I posted that on Friday, and I thought I'd get like 50 people wanting signs, and I just picked up 400 from the printer today.
That is nuts. So 400 people, how did they give you, they gave you their information? Like, this is my address?
So I put the post up and I said, if you're interested, like, comment below. And then once I sort of got a rough estimate of how many I needed, I just tagged them in a new post and said, email me your information and I'll deliver them over the weekend. So I got 378 addresses, emails, phone numbers.
That is crazy. Okay, wow. First of all, that's awesome that you got 300 to 400 addresses with emails for your farm area, and it didn't even cost you much. You either split the cost with the designer.
It costs, I mean, not for what you're getting for 400 lawn signs. The impressions that you're going to get over the course of a month.
Right? Yeah, it's like almost totally like a mini for sale sign, and it's a sign attached to a good feeling, because they're all excited about their kids. So they're all going to be out there with the lawn taking photos and maybe doing their own.
I think I might run a contest.
Ooh, wow. Yes. Thank you. That is an awesome idea, and you totally should. And so I got a tactic for you next time. Instead of saying private message me your email address, I do this all the time. So instead of me doing an event, say I have a webinar and it's next Thursday, I don't say, hey, I got a webinar next Thursday, click the link and register. Because what happens is people will click and they'll register. But if I do it this way, where I say, hey, if you're interested, comment below and I'll message you. And because a person comments, their friends that are connected with me, it will appear in their newsfeed as well. And then it gives the chance of like, oh, I want access to that too. So then they comment, and then it snowballs. And like this year I've been doing that a lot. And I've been averaging about 200 comments on a post, whereas I wouldn't have had 200 people register if I just had the link saying, hey, come to my page.
I find I don't do it for anybody that's starting your group. Like, be very careful with the PMs, because a lot of times if they're not friends with you already, it goes into their other file. And they're like, oh, I PM'd you. Well, it went into my other file that I didn't even know existed for a while. Now I do. But if I'm messaging them, they may not see it. And we found that with the Santa for Seniors thing. So we took that to a landing page that goes into our agent locator site. So we capture all of their information that way. And for this, I told them to email me directly to my business email, which they did. Like this month alone, last 28 days on this group has had 160,000 interactions. Like that's
Holy,
crazy for the last 28 days.
that is crazy. I didn't know you use your agent locator website to capture their information. So here's another tactic that we do. When I run an event, say I have like a live public speaking event and I'm selling a ticket, normally if a person registers for something, they get a thank you page. It's like, hey, thank you, check your email.
Mm.
Well, instead of that, I have like a call to action, and it would be a call to action or an upsell of some kind of like, hey, you might also like this, or do you know a person who wants this? So it's like kind of either me asking for a referral or offering, do you want fries with that? And so with you on your agent locator website, you captured their information for the yard sign. On the very next thank you page, it could have been a video of you saying, hey, we're going to get those signs out to everybody. Thank you for registering. Now, if you're also interested in the nosy neighbor alert, where we're going to email you whenever activity happens in South Ajax so that you can see the pictures, the price, the renovations, and the home staging, then just fill in the form below.
We should have
And
talked before this.
yeah, we should have talked. I know, we should have. Totally. So anyways, whenever you're doing stuff like that, just text me. Oh, by the way, anybody, where is it? Right here. I changed my name to my cell number. So if anybody is like, oh man, I should talk to Danny about marketing, text me and I'll do a half-hour call with you about whatever. So right there, 905-903-5442. So yeah, next time you are going to be getting people to register on your website, double dip on the thank you page with a real estate call to action. You would have got
That makes sense.
a bunch of
Now I
people
wish
set
I'd
up.
done that.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter. Did you get their phone number when they did the register?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So then take the time to just call them all, like as the signs are being delivered, and be like, hey, was the sign delivered? And they'll be like, no, or yeah, whatever. And if it's no, then be like, oh, well, it's going to be in a week or whatever. And hey, by the way, we got this thing. We're going to do a contest, so heads up, if you can get a photo, keep it handy because we're going to do a contest and you might win. And then also, not that you're interested, but you might be, we've also got this, and then you could talk about whatever it is. So use it as a voice touch.
Yeah, I mean, for everybody that's on the call, I think anybody could do what we're doing. I always find agents start these groups and it's always talking about them and I'm an agent and look at me and I list this house. Nobody cares unless they're buying or selling. So it's got to be from what they want to talk about, which is their area, what's going on in their area. I'm looking for a roofer. I'm looking for this. I'm looking for that. It's mostly that kind of stuff. And the more you interact, it's the name recognition over and over again, right?
What are some of the other examples? What are some of the other examples of ways that it gave back to the community? Like I'm assuming you guys do like stuff around the parade and seasonal stuff, maybe like pumpkins or I don't know. What are some other
So we did
ideas?
for COVID specifically. So we had a scavenger hunt. So one of our members, and you'll find that members will start to do their own things, which is great because then you're doing less. But we assigned each street had a particular animal. So the kids were given this list of all the streets in the neighborhood, what animals were on which street. And then they were going and taking pictures and finding them and they were filling out the entire scavenger hunt. So that was great because it was socially distanced, but they were still having fun and getting out. We've got this guy's dressing up as Spider-Man and he's running through the neighborhood. So each time he goes out for a run, he'll post what streets he's on and everybody gets really excited. And then he'll go and take pictures of him doing that. And I think he's got one of the female ones with him now. I don't know the superheroes. At our waterfront, they're painting beach rocks with like inspirational messages, like stay safe, we've got this, stuff like that. And they're leaving them. So the kids will find them. And the goal is to find one here, replace it with a new one, and then move it to a different location. So our waterfront is like 17 kilometers. They've got different like rock, they call it the rock concert. It's amazing what people have done, but they've got the ability to do it. So you're just providing them the venue for their great ideas.
Absolutely. It is such a cool platform, man. And it's a platform based on giving and fun and joy and community. And yeah, like, man, it's so
I mean,
good.
when this first started, we just put out a thing. Hey, the healthcare heroes, I want to buy them a coffee. Obviously we can't right now. So we have an account that people, if we're doing something, they can transfer to that account. Within 2 days, we had $700 in donations to buy gift cards for them. So we bought coffees for all the nurses at the Lake Ridge Health and the Valley, like our long-term health facility is up the street.
I started doing on my website, it's brokerage, anybody can go to it. It's brokeragenation.com/press. And what I'm doing is I'm putting together press kits and I'm giving them an image, a video, and a transcription of the video, and they can use the content any way they want. And it's going out to like real estate syndication media platforms like real estate marketing online and like anybody who creates content for realtors, I'm giving it to them. And so you could take the same idea where on your website you have a page dedicated to press releases, and you just basically pre-write the content for them and then give them permission to use it either in full, in part. They can edit it. They can use just snippets. They can use it for their social media, however they want. And it's actually surprising. Like I've got articles that are out there that I had no idea were out there. And I only knew because an agent called me and they're like, oh, I'm on this website reading your article. I'm like, whoa, wow, that's crazy, because I didn't do anything other than I initially put together this page and I started reaching out to people saying, hey, as I create content, I'm going to put it here and I'll email you every time I do. Is that okay? And I've got like 80 people that create content for realtors that are leveraging this as their own. But it's coming from me and people can see my face in the video and my contact information. It's like, I'm getting a ton of phone calls. And anyways, it's not about you getting phone calls. It'd be about just like the public press and PR that you're getting from it. Because
It generates goodwill. I'll say that for sure.
Did you ever do any paid ads or like direct mail or offline growth strategies?
No. What you can do is if you've just got a group starting, you can do a Here We Grow. So once every 2 weeks, I would do a Here We Grow, add your friends, and then comment that done. So you would end up, people would add 2 or 3 or 4 people. And then there was a draw for like a $50 gift card.
Nice.
I find that once you hit it was a no-brainer. So once you hit like the 3,000 threshold, that's when you see the exponential growth. I'm finding at 12,000, we're sort of, I don't know that it's going to get much bigger. And I don't know that we want it to.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so many homes in South Ajax. If it gets bigger, it's just because agents on this call are joining and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Jennifer, what do you think are like future ideas that you're going to be leveraging? Because right now, what's the agenda of you're doing with the businesses? You still got something like 60. I don't know how many. You got a bunch of photos to still take and do. What, like, unpack that? What are you doing with the businesses and the content you're creating?
So basically, people are telling me, go to this business. So I'm even learning businesses, and I've been born and raised here. So I reach out, but now there's a better way to reach out. But I was reaching out in Messenger to that business saying, hey, you got a shout out in my group. Would you like to join our group? Post some ads for free. And if they say yes, then I say, we'll also start a contest. It's for your own customers. Would you like to join the contest? It's pretty much, you don't track anything. They post pictures of whatever they purchase off you. And then when this COVID lifts, we'll hand you all the ballots and you do your draw. So one thing I am going to do with the ballots when they do their draws is I'm going to be there when they do the draws. And that's the way I'll do my live, because it'll be quick, short, simple. And my face keeps repeating at all these businesses because there's quite a few of them. And I'll maybe like try to like logo out Minuteman Press because they donate all the ballots and signs for everybody. So maybe their bucket will be like just their swag kind of thing. So that's a reminder of everybody that's helped the group. So it's just after the contest is another contest for renaming the group. And then and that's starting already. I'm starting to roll that out. And then after that, I'm going to steal some of the ideas here that I'm getting today.
Nice. Yeah, totally.
Like the graduate sign. I'm not sure if I'm behind the game, but I want to do that. I think that
2 to 4 days for printing.
Yeah, because if I get the graduate sign, I can put my logo on the corner, that lady that's printing everything in the corner, and in the middle, we have this thing called hashtag Brantford Delivers, red, right in the middle of it. So it kind of promotes the group, promotes me, promotes her, plop it on the lawn. I can hire people to deliver the signs for me. I don't know if it'll explode like yours, but hopefully. But yeah, if it only has like less than a week turnaround, I could probably get this done by next week.
Because your
Yeah.
business, because the group you have is so business focused, I would do like a Chamber of Commerce, like virtual meetup. I mentioned it on our last call where I would do a roundtable discussion where everybody gets to show up and they share who they are, what they do, and how they're dealing with business during COVID. And one, they'll probably maybe get referrals and business from it, but two, they'll grow their database and their network from it. And it doesn't cost you or them or anybody anything. And it's a great way for you to get people's information because they would have to register for that Zoom call, like to get the Zoom link. So that would be a good way for you to build your database with their contact information. And then a future thought for maybe next year could be a lot of like local cities have, I'll just talk from Oshawa's perspective. They have like youth entrepreneur programs and a lot of youth programs. And there could be like some sort of like grant or charity or something like that where you guys donate money to a child to move on to like a bigger project, like maybe obviously not to pay for their schooling because that's a huge amount of money, but like whatever. Think about like business related things for youth and how you can tie it in, and then just make the connection of the group rallying together and either making the means possible and then having like some sort of contest for youth in the area that are like, you could do like even not America's Got Talent, but something like that where they get to pitch their ideas. So like a youth entrepreneur idea fest, and they just get to share their ideas. And I bet one of them would crush it out of the park. When I wrote the Canadian government a business plan, and I didn't know who to mail it to. So I literally looked up like the Parliament Hill and I mailed it. And I put a big yellow sticky note on the cover and I said, if this lands on the wrong desk, I'm a Canadian youth and I'm looking for funding and mentorship. Please pass it forward. 3 years later, it hopped around desk to desk to desk and finally landed on somebody's desk. And they called me up and they're like, hey, is Danielle there? Because I wrote as Daniel was my name. I'm like, you mean Daniel? And she's like, oh, yeah, sorry, Daniel. Anyways, long story short, I ended up getting, it was a $13,000 grant that I didn't have to pay back and a year of business training from the Canadian government. And there's like 20 kids in Ontario that each got that. And I was one of them. And so there's a bunch of really cool youth programs. And yeah, you could totally tie it in with your group where it's like an idea fest where the kids get to pitch their ideas or something. I don't know. Just thinking out loud.
There's so many things for people that are thinking about doing it themselves. Like think about what you like. Like for me, I've always been like, I coached baseball. I've always been sort of involved in the kids' school and that. If that's not your thing, maybe you like to paint, or maybe you're an avid photographer. Like you can always focus on the stuff that is of interest to you. And there will always be people in your community that are like-minded.
Totally.
So
Yeah.
it's easy.
Where it's a home run for you is because it's so general and so local real estate related that it's such a win-win-win-win for you. Like if I was to start a group for photographers who like running, where we run and take photos, I'd probably have like 6 people in my group and 5 of them are weird. And
Yeah.
So anyways, that's just, so if you are trying to get real estate referrals from this, and that's like, it shouldn't be the driver, but it could be one of your business pillars, and it could be one of the business pillars that bring you a lot of joy. And that's what I would hope. That's why I put this together for everybody to kind of get inspired and be like, oh man, I love that idea, but I could do it better. I could do it my way, and this is how. And who knows, it could be like based on vehicles, like cars and whatever.
And I mean, if it is a community group, there's so like, you've got it. There's your local businesses that can help you. There's your local communities that can help you. There's, if you're involved in your kids' sports, you've got so many different spokes that you can pull through. Like we have a shelter here, a women's shelter that we support a lot. That was easy. They're just there. They see us, we see them. What do you guys need? We want to do something for you. They'll tell you, you put it out to the group and it ends up just happening. It's almost self-running now. It just needs direction and it needs ideas.
Yeah, you could create like kind of like a schedule of events and ideas so that you've got the year planned of like, okay, in the summer we do this, in the fall we do this, and you have like 4 big rocks, one every
Yeah.
quarter, and then in between that you could pepper it with whatever's fun and spontaneous.
And we kind of do, like spring, usually we have like a yard sale, garage sale day, where people who are doing their garage sales can post where it is, what times, and sort of a little snippet of the stuff that we have. But with COVID, obviously we can't do that.
In Newfoundland, where was I? No, PEI. They have one, and it is like 20 kilometers long. It is like a yearly yard sale that happens once a year, and like people fly in to come to this because PEI has a lot of antiques and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And it's a great place for antiquing, and it's like people look. You could do like a one-off, like a big bang where hey, we're all doing a yard sale at this date.
Yeah.
That would get a lot of like. Okay, I didn't want to interrupt you, so that was just my idea. So keep going.
It's just think about what your neighbors talk to you about. Hey, did you see chocolate bars are on sale over at Jim's store? Well, you post it. Hey, chocolate bars are on sale at Jim's store. Something you would tell your neighbor about that's pretty cool. Just put it on the page.
What are some of the seasonal yearly things that are reoccurring that you've done?
So we do the Santa thing runs from October till just before Christmas.
Yeah, what's that?
We do local businesses, that the Santa for seniors, where we adopt the seniors.
Okay, yep.
Spring, we do the garage sale thing. For Valentine's Day, we usually do like sort of combo promos between restaurants and florists. Mm-hmm. In the summer, we just kind of chill. And then fall is the Halloween stuff. So we have a Halloween, like a house decorating contest. We'll run that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I got a concept for you that you could do then. It was I don't know where they were. It was a brokerage. And what they did was they contacted like 7 luxury owners, like 7 luxury properties in the area. And they had like a Christmas decoration. It wasn't a contest. It was more of a charity where it was like a bus and people went from one home to the other, and all the money that was raised was donated to something. Plus
I think that was in Markham.
Yeah, it was local. And plus the people got to look cool and show off their like amazing mansion or whatever. So they got to stroke their ego a bit. And that agent that put the thing together just made 7 amazing contacts of people that have really healthy listings for the future. So you could do the same thing for not even indoor decorations, but just outdoor, like the decorating outside. But you could do an indoor tour too, where it's more private and intimate and exclusive, and there's a paid price behind it, but the paid price gets donated in full to whatever charity you pick.
Yeah,
but that would give you good contacts with listings in your area of people that are fun and have cool homes, and that could be a contest for you to do like a.
You know what I will say though, for anybody who starts a group, so start it with be yourself. Just honestly be yourself, and I find that the business that I attract is people who are very like-minded with me. Whereas if they know I've got a sense of humor and they know that it's going to be fun, so I'm attracting people that are sort of way more fun than I'm used to, which is great. And it feels like I'm not even working now, where before it wasn't necessarily like that.
Right. That's what I mean. What you have and what Jennifer is about to have is like such a joy. And so a lot of agents would be like, man, I wish I had that. I wish I had a low cost ongoing revenue stream. And this is what you guys are creating. And the cool thing about the community part of it is that you're not the one really running it. I mean, you're starting it and you're kind of policing it and you kind of set the stage and the tone. But there's so many people that are like retired and have time and on social media all the time anyways. And so once you get a couple supporters who have the same values as you and the same agenda and like wavelength, then yeah, it's such an easy thing. You just got to talk to me more on how you can double dip and get more out of what you got going.
I know I'm not good at that. So I will.
Totally. Yeah, I definitely got the ideas for you for sure. So cool. Okay, so we don't have to go the full hour. I think we got a lot uncovered here. Was there anything that we missed that you guys wanted to express and say? And also, not just you two, but anybody who's listening, do you guys have questions? Like, oh my God, there are a bunch of questions.
Oh, can you see the sign again? Hold on. Okay, I'll hold it up so that you can actually read it. Can you see it? Sorry, it's backwards because of my camera.
No, it's proper way for us. We saw it in.
Oh, is it?
Amazing. Yep. That's fantastic.
Yeah, take a screenshot. Oh, never mind.
I can send it to. Okay,
there. Okay, there was no questions. Just people saying I'm awesome. Thank you. You're awesome. And good job on the referral thing. Yeah, totally good job on the referral thing. Man, I'm so glad we did this.
And
Cool.
honestly, if anybody wants to ask about it or have any questions, my website's southajax.ca. Oh, by the way, get your website that goes with your community group. That's a key.
What do you mean?
So I'm South Ajax Neighbors.
Yeah.
But I have a second real estate website that's southajax.ca. So it's the whole hyper local thing.
Got it. Okay, and then to express that a little bit further, on your main website that you actually use, which is on that sign, I'm assuming, do a / South Ajax Neighbors Group and pull that and start putting the content on there. Like that could be your press release. There you go. That could be your page for the press release.
So I guess you and I'll be talking tomorrow.
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Everybody, thank you for this. Susan says thank you. Good info. And I believe it was good info. So everybody, okay, I'm going to just do a call to action for my cell number here, 905-903-5442. If you're on the call and you want to do a free half-hour coaching call, so Nicole, give me a little text here and I'll do that half-hour call with you. And then anybody else as well. And we'll talk about marketing and ideas, okay? So until the next time, this gets recorded. We put it up on Monday evening, and I'll let you know what the next date, time, and topic is. So have a good weekend, everyone.
Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Jennifer. Thanks, Nicole. Cool. Yep. Bye, Luigi. I'm just going to hang out here in case people are still asking questions. Oh, Jennifer Zani's on. Hi. Okay, no more questions. I'm going to hang up. Okay, bye, everyone.
Hey, if you want to close more real estate transactions, get more buyer leads, and get more seller leads, click this button right here. It'll take you to our real estate group coaching page. Also, if you like this video and want more, you can subscribe by pressing this, or you can check out some of my past videos here. Enjoy!